My bracelet is missing. I bet your mom took it again without asking.
Stop complaining. It's for Mom.
My husband's mother has a habit of taking my things without permission, and he just goes along with it. Why won't you help me? I'm seriously upset about this. Around that time, Paul's prized luxury car was stolen. I knew who the culprit was. I'm Karen, 28 years old. My happy life with Paul started to crumble about a year into our marriage. We both work, but I get off work earlier, so I usually get home first and prepare dinner. That day, as I awaited for him, he came home and announced,
Next week, Mom's staying with us.
What? What do you mean she's staying with us? He got irritated and clarified.
She's staying with us. She's moving in.
Huh? She's moving in?
Yeah, it's like living together. Dad passed away and Mom's been alone. She's getting older and it's tough for her.
Wait a minute. You can't just decide this on your own. What about our life? I need some time to think about this. However, he just laughed it off, saying,
Don't worry. Our life won't change. Mom wants to live with us for peace of mind.
I get that living alone can be scary, but deciding to live together without even consulting me? Couldn't you have mentioned it?
No need to report every detail to you. She's my mother, after all.
That's exactly why you should tell me. It's different when it's someone else's parent. I have to be considerate.
Why are you so upset? I've already decided. So, just go along with it, okay?
Wait a minute. I protested, but he just left the room. Left alone, I felt increasingly frustrated. How could he make such a big decision like living together without considering my feelings? He doesn't do any chores, and living with her doesn't seem to bother him because it's his mother. We tried to discuss it several times, but he insisted it was already decided and wouldn't engage in a real conversation. As planned, the next week, my mother-in-law, Mary, moved in. I might not have been so opposed to living together if she was decent, but she's a mean-spirited, manipulative mother-in-law. That's why I've always kept my visits to my in-laws to a minimum, but now she was moving in, and here she is. Sure enough, from day one, she started throwing snide remarks my way. Karen, didn't you know I was coming today? There's dirt in the corner of the room. I'm sorry, I had work today and didn't have time to clean. No excuses. You could have done it after work. But then I wouldn't have had time to prepare dinner. Oh, always talking back. Is this how you act as my son's wife? Be more efficient. I'm sorry. She had been in our house for only 10 minutes and was already causing trouble. I dreaded what was to come. Since then, her rude behavior escalated, constantly stressing me out. One day, I came home from work, and she greeted me with a big smile, saying, "Welcome home." It was unusual, so I was taken aback. Then I noticed something shiny around her neck. Wait a minute, that necklace looks like mine. I had a bad feeling and rushed to my room to check my jewelry box. Just as I suspected, my necklace was missing. I went straight to the living room where Mary was sitting and confronted her. Mary, that necklace you're wearing is mine, isn't it? Oh, you finally noticed. It looks good on me, doesn't it? I couldn't believe her audacity. What? Please stop using other people's things without permission. What's the big deal about borrowing something? It's not like it gets used up. That's not the point. Stop complaining and go prepare dinner. My son will be home soon. Preparing dinner with her constantly criticizing me intensified my stress. That night, I couldn't take it anymore and decided to talk to Paul. Hey Paul, can we talk?
What's up?
Today, your mom wore my necklace without asking.
Oh, really?
He said nonchalantly. Do you understand what I'm saying? She went into my room, opened my jewelry box, and took it without permission.
Took it? Aren't you exaggerating? I'm sure she didn't mean any harm.
He said, taking his mother's side, and I felt quite rage building up. I tried to keep my voice calm, and I repeatedly explained to him. How can she not mean any harm when she enters my room and takes my things without permission? Normally, people apologize for using something without asking.
Mom just happened to find something nice.
That's not the point. Please talk to her about it.
What? You want me to talk to her about it?
Yes, of course. She looks down on me. No matter how much I say, it won't make a difference. You're her son. She listens to you.
All right, I'll talk to her.
Thank you. Despite saying that, it seems like he had completely forgotten about it by the next day. I glared at him several times, but he never ended up talking to his mother about it. Since then, she started using my things without returning them. In other words, she was practically stealing them. No matter how much I asked her not to do it, it was useless because none of the rooms in this house have locks. There's no point in saying anything. At this rate, I'm going to lose all my things. I have to stop her somehow. I need to think of a plan. Then, one day, something unforgivable happened. What? It's gone! It's gone! Why? I was getting ready to meet a friend and wanted to wear my mother's bracelet, which I kept in the back of a drawer in my desk because it was very special, but it was missing. Clearly, Mary was the only suspect. When I confronted her firmly, she casually admitted to the theft. Oh, that bracelet? I just borrowed it. You borrowed it? Then please return it right now. I need it. Ah, that's not possible. Why? Because I sold it. You sold it? I couldn't believe it. It had to be a joke. She could have just sold someone else's property. I countered her, still in shock. Mary, stop joking around and give it back now. I'm not joking. I've sold most of the things I borrowed from you. What? Are you out of your mind? As we were arguing, Paul, who had just woken up, came over. Paul, listen, your mom sold my bracelet.
Your bracelet?
It was my late mother's, and Mary here has sold almost everything she's borrowed from me.
Mom, is that true?
She stuck out her tongue theatrically.
Well, I live on a pension, you know. I didn't want to be a burden to you, but I needed some spending money to live every day.
You didn't answer his question, Mary. You can't just take my things and sell them, you know.
Don't get so mad. I didn't mean any harm.
If you didn't mean any harm, you wouldn't steal and or sell someone else's things in the first place. So, where and how did you sell it? Buy it back right now. Paul suddenly raised his voice, glaring not at Mary, but at me. Paul.
What?
My bracelet. Your mom took it without asking.
Shut up. It's for Mom, so don't complain.
Whoa, hold up. You've got to be kidding me. Why do I have to give up something important to me for your mom?
If it makes her happy, then it's fine. She's your mother too. Isn't it a form of respect? As a wife, just listen and do as told.
At that moment, I snapped. Enough is enough! Mary, who steals, and Paul, who sides with her. I couldn't stand living with these people anymore. My anger boiling over, I yelled back. That's it! I'm done! This is pointless! If you're not going to give it back, then we're getting a divorce.
What? Stop joking about divorce.
I'm not joking, I'm serious.
Yeah, whatever. I'll bring the divorce papers today then.
Fine, if that's how you want to play this, I have no problem with it. Mary looked pleased with our exchange. She probably always found me bothersome. Her real aim must have been to drive me out and live alone with her son. That night, Paul came home and handed me a filled-out divorce paper. After signing it, I decided to start packing my things. I decided to leave when the timing was right. During a break at work, I checked my phone and saw several missed calls from Paul's sister, Erica. Wondering if something had happened, I called her back. She told me a shocking fact. Are you serious? Yeah, dead serious. It's a very rare type, not something you see around here. But why? Oh, I took a photo, so you can check. All right. Right after hanging up, she sent me the photo. It was undeniable proof that would lead to the downfall of her household. When I got home and was preparing dinner, Paul came up to me frantic.
Karen, what's going on?
What's wrong?
The car's gone. My car is missing.
Oh, that's too bad. I replied nonchalantly.
Why are you so indifferent? You know how much I cared about that car, right?
Yeah, I know. You've always wanted it since you were single, and you finally bought it last year.
Then show some concern. There's still a loan on that car. Where did it go? You didn't take it without asking, did you?
Of course not. I have my own car. Besides, I know you'd get mad if I drove it.
Right. But that car, it was here.
Glancing at Mary, she quickly averted her eyes from me. Confident in my suspicion, I hinted to my husband. It seems like your mom knows something about it.
Why? What does she have to do with this?
Right, Mary? I turned to her and her face quickly went pale.
What do you mean, Karen? Why would Mom be involved?
Actually, I got a call from Erica today.
From Erica?
She happened to be shopping and saw Mary driving your car.
No!
Your car is blue, right? It's rare around here, and the license plate numbers are easy to remember. She recognized it immediately.
What's going on?
Paul was furious and confronted his mother. She then started making excuses in a panic. No, it's not like that. I just borrowed the car for a bit.
Borrowed? What the heck, Mom? How many times did I ask you not to touch that car?
Sorry, Paul. I just really wanted to drive it.
And where's the car now? Did you leave it somewhere?
No, but I left the keys in it. Maybe someone nearby stole it.
What? Please tell me you're lying.
I swear I drove it home. I'm not lying. I showed her a piece of evidence that contradicted her story. Mary, you said you drove the car home, but you're lying because you see right here. What? Karen, why do you have that picture? The photo I showed was the one Erica had sent me. It showed Mary driving the car with a big dent in it. Erica took this photo just in case and sent it to me. Mary, you damaged the car and couldn't drive it back, right? No, that's not it. Then where is the car? And don't you think someone would have noticed if it was stolen from the neighborhood? Paul started shaking with rage, his face contorted in anger, and he turned on his mother.
Have you gone crazy? Where did you put my car? give it back now.
Calm down, Paul.
Calm down? You're going to pay for the repairs.
That's not possible. I already sold that car.
You sold it? That's impossible. The car is registered in my name.
I found a dealer that buys anything. They said I could sell it as an agent, so I sold it for $5,700.
What? $5,700?
His car is still worth tens of thousands of dollars, but Mary, unaware of its value, got swindled by some shady dealer. Realizing this, he exploded in anger, yelling at her like never before.
What have you done, Mom? Do you know how much that car meant to me?
I'm sorry, Paul.
You'll pay for this.
I'll give you the $5,700, so let's forget about it.
You owe me way more than that.
He forced her out of the house and locked the front door. Then he turned to me, dejected.
I never thought Mom could be this terrible. I'm sorry for not standing by you.
You finally understand, but it's okay. I don't care anymore.
I've kicked her out, so let's try to get along as a couple again.
No, it's over. He was dumbfounded, his face turned pale, and he clung to me.
Wait, I've kicked Mom out. There's no reason for a divorce.
I'm fed up with you, too. My decision to divorce won't change. There was no turning back for me. You always took your mother's side.
That's too much. You're being too harsh.
Harsh? You did nothing when I needed help. Now it's too late. You're getting what you deserve. I hate you as much as your mother. My feelings will never change.
Karen, calm down.
Shut up. It's all your fault for deciding to live with her without consulting me. Reflect on that, jerk. I'll never forgive you. The car thing is your own doing. Serves you right.
What? You really think that?
Well, duh. Struggle with the house and car loans. It's the perfect punishment for you. Fall as far as you can, you jerk. With that, I took my packed bags and left the house. I went straight to the city hall to file for divorce. I deleted all of Paul's contacts and cut off all ties with him. Later, I filed claims for the sold personal items. Mary, who had to start working, was now being charged for the car by her son and would probably have to work for the rest of her life. Paul was left with just the loans for the house and car. His life completely changed. He couldn't even enjoy drives for stress relief anymore and spent his days off confined to his house. They were both beyond help. It was a perfect case of poetic justice. Serves them right. I moved to an apartment near my workplace. Now single, I had more financial freedom and a much easier life. Maybe I'll go to the beach or a concert today. This is what freedom feels like. I'm going to enjoy my days off and relish my new life.